Hey everybody, Loropetalum chinense, the Chinese fringe flower. This plant, of course, is native to China, but also just a single location in Japan. I'm looking at this cultivar called Jazz Hands Bold, and it's got this dark foliage to it. Now, fringe flower, you typically see this as just the straight species, green-leaved straight species, but very popular on the market are these darker colored cultivars. This has dense pubescence all over the leaves. Actually, if you get in here and you start to feel the leaves, they almost feel a little bit like sandpaper. Chinese fringe flower really can vary in height depending on the cultivar. There's cultivars that are actually ground covers, but several that get 6 to 8 foot high and 6 to 8 foot wide. Typically listed as hardy from zones, say 6B, like a soft zone 6B, 7 through 9 would be a great kind of wheelhouse zones for Loropetalum. They're used as a hedging plant. They're used as a landscape plant, foundation plant as well. Here, this one, it's August right now. I'm getting some late season bloom, but primarily for us, Loropetalum are known as spring bloomers, and they will have just a full cascade of spring bloom with these fringe-like flowers, which we'll show you a close-up of. But oftentimes you will get a late season bloom as well with fringe flowers. Now for us in eastern Tennessee, fringe flowers are semi-evergreen, meaning that they lose their leaves just a little bit during the wintertime. On a very mild winter, they may keep all of their foliage, but in a lot of winters they are deciduous forests. But as you move a little bit warmer, the more evergreen fringe flowers become. So Loropetalum chinense, the Chinese fringe flower, one that you should be able to ID. Check out the ID characteristic of alternate foliage, kind of sandpaper, elliptical leaves. A great plant for the home landscape. Should be spring planted, I want to say, before I wrap up here, because of its kind of marginal hardiness in eastern Tennessee in particular, or if you're in a zone 6B or a zone 7. Spring planting, so that plant can get completely established before it goes into fall, is the absolute best thing to do. So I mentioned that most of the popular cultivars have darker foliage, and so I want to be honest with you that those really should be listed as Loropetalum chinense variety rubrum. And in fact, you're looking at a variety rubrum right now. If it was just green leaved, of course, it would just be Loropetalum chinense. Here's a landscape tip. In mild winters, can be evergreen. Spring plant in cooler climates. Hey guys, a little bit of a Loropetalum update here. Wanted to show this to you in full bloom. Here we are, this is March 24th. It is blooming right now. A lot of the Loropetalums are either blooming right now for us in the eastern part of Tennessee, or they're just gearing up to bloom. And so we've got this great cultivar here just kind of loaded up. You see these fringy flowers that we talked about showing off. And this is one of the reasons you grow Loropetalum. You grow it because it's partially evergreen, or at least semi-evergreen. Great flowers. You can get ones that are pink and white, darker foliage than this one, but a great landscape shrub.